Tanzin. Tanzin was the only child of his parents. Naughty but talented, he imitated the calls of birds and animals perfectly. Once, he tried to frighten a group of travelers by roaring like a tiger. You may have heard the name of Tanzin, the greatest musician our country has produced. A singer called Mukhandan Misra and his wife lived in Bihat near Gwalior. Tanzin was the only child. It is said that he was a naughty child. Often, he ran away to play in the forest and soon learned to imitate perfectly the calls of birds and animals. Tanzin was the greatest musician of our country. He was the only child of a singer named Mukhandan Misra. They lived in Bihat near Gwalior. He was very naughty during his childhood. Once, he ran away to play in the forest. There, he learned to imitate the calls of birds and animals perfectly. A famous singer named Swami Haridas was once traveling through the forest with his disciples. Tired, the group settled down to rest in a shady grove. Tanzin saw them. Strangers in the forest, he said to himself. It'll be fun to frighten them. He hid behind a tree and roared like a tiger. The little group of travelers scattered in fear, but Swami Haridas called them together. Don't be afraid, he said. Tigers are not always dangerous. Let us look for this one. Suddenly, one of his men saw a small boy hiding behind a tree. There are no tigers here, master, he said. Only this naughty boy. Once, Swami Haridas and his disciples were traveling through the forest. Tanzin hid himself behind a tree. He roared like a tiger. The travelers scattered in fear. One of the Swamiji's men found Tanzin roaring. Swami Haridas did not get angry but said that Tanzin was talented. Tanzin learnt music from Swami Haridas for 11 years. He stayed with a holy man called Muhammad Gaus. He married Husaini, one of the ladies in the court of Rani Mrignaini. Swami Haridas did not punish him. He went to Tanzin's father and said, Your son is very naughty. He is also very talented. I think I can make him a good singer. Tanzin was 10 years old when he went away with Swami Haridas. He lived with him for 11 years, learning music and became a great singer. At about this time, his parents died. Mukhandan Misra's dying wish was that Tanzin should visit Muhammad Gaus of Gwalior. Swami Haridas went to Tanzin's father and told him about Tanzin's talent. Tanzin's father entrusted him to Swami Haridas's care. After learning music for 11 years, Tanzin became a great singer. It was about this time that his parents died. His father's dying wish was that he should go and visit Muhammad Gaus of Gwalior. Muhammad Gaus was a holy man. Mukhandan Misra had long been devoted to him and often visited him. While living in Gwalior with Muhammad Gaus, Tanzin was often taken to the court of Rani Mrignaini, who was a great musician herself. There he met and married one of the ladies of the court. Her name was Husaini. Husaini also became Swami Haridas's disciple. Tanzin and Husaini had 5 children who were all very musical. Tanzin had by this time become very famous. Sometimes he sang before Emperor Akbar, who was so impressed by him that he insisted Tanzin should join his court. Muhammad Gaus was a holy man and Mukhandan Misra was his devotee. Tanzin stayed with Muhammad Gaus in Gwalior. He was sometimes taken to the court of Rani Mrignaini. There he married Husaini. Husaini was also a disciple of Swami Haridas. Tanzin had 5 children. They were all musical. By then, Tanzin had become a famous musician. Sometimes he also sang before Emperor Akbar. Akbar was much impressed. He asked Tanzin to join his court. Tanzin became a favorite in Akbar's court. Once, he was asked to sing Raga Deepak. Tanzin asked his daughter and her friend to sing Raga Megh after Raga Deepak to counteract the effect of the later. Tanzin went to Akbar's court in 1556 and soon became a great favorite of the emperor. Akbar would call upon Tanzin to sing at any time during the day or night. Quite often, he would just walk into Tanzin's house to hear him practice. He also gave him many presents. Some of the courtiers became jealous of Tanzin. We shall never be able to rest till Tanzin is ruined, they declared. One of the courtiers, Shaukat Mian, had a bright idea. Tanzin joined Akbar's court. Soon he became Akbar's great favorite. He would call upon Tansin to sing any time during day or night. Very often, he would walk into Tansin's house to hear him practice. He also gave him many presents. Some of the courtiers became jealous of Tansin. They wished to see him ruined. A courtier named Shaukat Mian plotted to get him killed. "Let us make him sing Ragadipak," he said. "How will that help us?" asked another man. "If Ragadipak is properly sung, it makes the air so hot that the singer is burned to ashes. Tansin is a very good singer. If he sings Ragadipak, he will die and we will be rid of him." Shaukat Mian went to Akbar and said, "We don't think Tansin is a great singer. Let us test him. Tell him to sing Ragadipak. Only the greatest singers can sing it properly." Shaukat Mian knew about Ragadipak. He knew that if a good singer like Tansin sang it, the lamps would burn. However, the heat produced around the singer could burn him into ashes. So Tansin's enemies wanted him to sing Ragadipak. Now, Shaukat Mian approached Akbar and said that Tansin was not a great singer. "If it is so, let us give him a test so that he can prove himself to be a good singer. Let us tell him to sing Ragadipak. Only the greatest singers can sing it properly. Let Tansin prove it by singing the Ragadipak." "Of course, he can sing it. Tansin can sing anything," Akbar said. Tansin was afraid, but could not disobey the king. "Very well, my lord," he said, "but give me time to prepare myself." Tansin went home. He had never been more downcast and unhappy. "I can sing the raga," he told his wife, "but the heat it gives off will not only set the lamps alight, it will also burn me to ashes." Then he had an idea. If someone sings Ragamegh at the same time and sings it properly, it'll bring rain. Perhaps our daughter Saraswati and a friend Rupvati could do it, he said. Akbar said that Tansin had the ability to sing anything, so he ordered Tansin to sing Ragadipak. Tansin agreed but asked Akbar to give him some time to prepare for it. He respected Akbar and never disobeyed him. Tansin went home. He was never so unhappy like this. He told his wife that he can sing Ragadipak, but the heat not only sets the lamp alight, but will also burn him into ashes. So he planned to make his daughter and her friend to sing Ragamegh. He taught the two girls to sing Ragamegh. They practiced night and day for 2 weeks. Tansin told them, "You must wait till the lamps start burning and then you start singing." Both ragas were sung according to plan. Akbar punished Tansin's enemies. Tansin died in 1585. Tansin taught his daughter Saraswati and her friend Rupvati to sing Ragamegh. The two girls learned Ragamegh day and night for 2 weeks. Tansin said that they must start to sing when the lamps start burning. Tansin knew that the Ragamegh could bring rain. The legend goes that on the appointed day, the whole town assembled to hear Tansin sing Ragadipak. When he began to sing, the air became warm. Soon people in the audience were bathed in perspiration. The leaves on the trees dried up and fell to the ground. As the music continued, birds fell dead because of the heat, and the water in the rivers began to boil. People cried out in terror as flames shot up out of nowhere and lighted the lamps. The whole town assembled to hear Tansin sing. Now Tansin started. The air became warm. The audience were bathed in perspiration. The leaves dried and fell to the ground. The music continued. The birds fell dead because of the heat. River water started to boil and the flames lighted the lamps. At once, Saraswati and Rupvati began to sing Ragamegh. The sky clouded over and the rain came down. Tansin was saved. The story goes that he was very ill after this, and Akbar was sorry that he had caused him so much suffering. He punished Tansin's enemies. When Tansin got well, the entire city rejoiced. Tansin remained Akbar's court singer till 1585 when he died. He composed several new ragas. Tansin's tomb is in Gwalior. It is a place of pilgrimage for musicians. Just then, the two girls began to sing Ragamegh. The rain came down. It saved Tansin's life, but he became very ill. Akbar felt so sorry for what he had done and punished Tansin's enemies. The entire city rejoiced when Tansin recovered. He composed several new ragas. His tomb in Gwalior is a place of pilgrimage for musicians.